Genesis.
I am Reverend Nicole Balasing Holder, and this is Genesis, the history of gospel soca on Sky 99.5 FM. Gospel soca came directly out of Gospelypso, where they would use the kaiso beat, a slower rhythm, with more expression, with more commentary, and they would use it in an extremely responsible form to identify and to bless people with. My first dealing with Gospelypso would be in my younger years with Youth for Christ. Youth for Christ was a movement that really harnessed the talent and the abilities of young people and drew out from them all of their skill and all of that raw talent, which I guess they're doing now. But in those days, they realized the power of Gospelypso. They realized the power where people can compose and people can sing. And it throws me back. People could think about it, really, really way back. But I remember his personal concern with Ruth Graves and David Thomas, and part of their repertoires would be Gospelypso. They would sing all the lovely ballads and all the lovely local compositions, but then they would just break out in a Gospelypso. Then I would remember people like the legendary Earl Phillip and all the other great Larry Harewood. Well, you have Noel Professor Richards, you all these people. And I remember we decided one year to harness all of this talent just to keep the entire idea alive, the idea of Gospelypso, and it being seeded from Youth for Christ. And one year Youth for Christ was celebrating, I think it was a very memorable milestone anniversary, and we decided to pull all these Gospelypsonians together and have a competition and make a big award show of it. And it was one of the best shows because it was all of the gospel music industry coming together and promoting and highlighting this type of music. And it was such a blessing. And what we need to understand is we cannot tread to the future if we do not educate ourselves about the past. We need to know who paved the way, who pioneered, who sacrificed, the people who churches didn't want to invite because they weren't agreeing with the type of music, the people who really laid the foundation, people who introduced pan and all these sorts of things. We need to inform ourselves. And to the younger artists, we shouldn't try to reinvent the wheel, because a lot of things have been done. And if we educate ourselves about who and where and what and how, my goodness, our present will be more effective and our future would probably be explosive. So let us not forget where it comes from, and let us emerge and let us grow and progress. Let's thank God for what it has progressed to, but let us also re-evaluate. Is there enough value being put to it? Have we just watered it down or diluted it in any way? But let us re-evaluate to make it better, and let us show appreciation to who brought it into the limelight, who brought it even when it was not a thing, who was walking through with it and making it what it is today. That is the powerful history of Gospelypso in Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, come, let us sing unto the Lord. Let us make a joyful noise.
This is Genesis, the history of gospel soca in Trinidad and Tobago on Sky 99.5 FM.